of an update vlog. Today is Tuesday. Started off early here at the house, got through mail, headed up to the shop. Worked on the diff. We finished the output flange seals today. We were kind of able to find a tool to use for that, but at the end of the day I ended up using a flat tipped, essentially a center punch, and I lined that up and just tapped it with a mallet and just tapped that seal in until it covers half the oil intake hole. If you've done this before, you know what I'm talking about. Put it down to the same depth the old one was. Then the intake seal was a different story. Punctured that with a flathead, pried it out with a pry bar, pounded the new one in, but then you'd go around it and it was fine from like 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and then from 11 to 1 o'clock, right at 12 o'clock, there was this big divot, and I don't know what happened to it, so we had to pry that out, waste a seal, press another one in. Finally got that done, but then the nut you use to hold the intake flange on, or the input rather flange on, you put a little mark in it with a chisel where it needs to be. It's not a torque spec, it's a distance kind of spec, so we measured that and then marked it. And then when trying to tighten it back down, if we even get close to that, the whole diff seizes. So I'm working with a couple people right now who have done this before and are trying to give me advice, and we're trying to see what's going on. So I think we're going to reinstall it tomorrow and then use gravity to our advantage to try to torque that in the car when connected to the axles, when we can use the transmission and or the parking brake. Well, not the transmission because we can't have a drive shaft installed. So we'll be able to use the parking brake shoes in the rear rotor and hat assemblies to hold that still and torque to spec. So we're working on it. It's a pain in the ass as usual, but we're getting there. Otherwise today we ordered some parts. I had a customer come by at 12 o'clock. We got another big invoice coming along on a 2002 M5. This one's carbon black on 05LM, which is extended leather, not full leather, sport Le Mans blue, which I've never seen before. Le Mans blue on carbon is pretty cool. And we actually sold this guy one of our engines back about a year and a half ago. He's a San Diego guy and a really great guy to work with, and we're super excited to just go over his car and make it really, really nice in the upcoming weeks. So that's in the books. Kenan and I went shopping tonight. We had pasta night. We watched the Lakers destroy the Houston Rockets, which was beautiful, and then we had, well, I said pasta and then some Seinfeld. So we're going to bed. We'll talk tomorrow on Hump Day. Good night.